Okay, so I'm going to close one by one. Close it. So I'm closing. Just I'm directly closing instead of shutting down. So here it is. You have a Docker. It is become slow. So close and restart is there. So I'm going to restart my. Uh, I click on here. We'll see the what happens. The system is restarting. Let it restart. It's showing like it's updating. Let it do. Take time. Finally, Windows 10 login. Let it go on. See, no ship symbol like this. So wait. Otherwise, open this one. The first time it is give little bit problem after installation. Later it works. Initialization failed. Operation has timed out. Okay. Click OK then. So why it is happened? Yeah, here it is. This is comes automatically. So you have to wait up to service is not running. It is not running. You want to start the service or you want to quit. Now you want to do the practical on a Docker. So then just simply click on start. You don't want, you want to do some other work. So then you can quit also. So there is two options. Start. Okay. Some yes. It is something running. Service is starting. So it is showing like Docker is starting. So now here it is asking the WSL installation is incomplete. So you have to download this update package and then we have to install and again we have to restart. Okay. And now it is showing like unhandled expectation application. If continue, just click on continue. What will happen? We'll see. So just copy this link or I just click this link. No bother. Just actually my point is to copy. I can't able to copy. Just click this link. No problem. So it will open in a browser. I want to or download from the Chrome. So this is WSL installation. We have to install that one. It's a MSA package, update package only. It's going to be done. Again, we have to restart. So first we have to do setup first completely. Okay, so then here it will ask like a download kind of stuff. It is not showing properly. I'm going to full screen mode. So then I will get some space. Keep it aside. Yeah. So go to step one. So this is enable Windows subsystem for Linux. So you can directly install that one. The future you can install directly, or you can install application directly. So you have to check the build version or higher or not. This is mine is a very high version, so latest one only. Enable virtual machine features. Okay, so this kernel update package. Actually, we require this one only. Okay, step 4, download and install a kernel update package. Kernel update package for 64-bit machine. It automatically update everything. We required this one, so it is downloading. You can see here it is 16.3 MB file. You have to wait, let it download, and we have to install. Then you have to click on restart. So in a background also it is showing a fail to start. Don't no need to worry. This is the GUI tool for Docker. Like how many images you have, you want to delete the images, containers, like that. You want to sign into Docker Hub, you want to download or upload from your Docker Hub, like that you can also do it from here. So minimize. So that's why I close everything, including I'm not running any other things, not only close, like it is restarted. After restart, I'm not running any other things. Okay, so we'll see. So first of all, download is important. Download it, then go to the download folder. I don't want to keep in this one, so just I will cut it, put it in a E drive. Now what happened? Not cut. Downloads. Cut it. Don't copy paste because it's a virtual machine. It already consume your already machine thing. Okay. Now this is a welcome to Windows subsystem for Linux update. Very simple. Just next install only. That's nothing. Okay. Finish. Okay, then so we installed successful. Click on restart. So we'll see what will happen. So it will restart the Docker again. So we'll see. Again it is trying to start. So starting. So just starting mode only. So you should get some running mode. Running. Okay, then we can start work on a Docker. So we can also go with some Docker commands. I will type some Docker commands here. So to how to work with the Docker. So only Docker commands I want to type, only that one. So what I put a Docker and commands wise get to. The important in a Docker is image, on image container. Okay, if you don't have image, you can't run the container. If you are running the container, then you can't delete the image. Okay, so this like that. So you can stop the container and remove the container also. So simple thing is, the first one, when you are started a Docker for sample purpose, already they are given docker run -it. Okay, hello world. Okay, so hello, this is the first one. So you can see from the docker hub. If it is already open, then you can see this is a different one. So I'm going to docker hub and explore things. You can see, okay, different repositories are there. My wanted repositories, hello world. You can see from here. It's in the main page only. It is not given here. I will search it. This is the one. This is a sample one, just for like whether you are working on it. So you can load the a sample image, then you can run it. We can see just one, like docker run hello world. So whenever you run this one, so it will show you a sample thing for a Ubuntu, how to run a Ubuntu, like just like a starting kind of stuff. Okay, so we'll see. So once it is started, then only we can able to it. Otherwise, it keep throwing error messages. So then we'll feel okay. It is something is happening. Okay. So Docker run hello world. Okay, you can use IT or you can use normal command. So this is the first one. First image we running directly. When you put a run, it verify whether this image is there or not. If image is not available, it download automatically. It download a image and automatically and run the image. Otherwise, you can use both the things like a Docker pull and then Docker run. Both we can able to use. This is the first one when we are doing. Okay. Next one is when you run this one, it will show you how to run Docker Ubuntu thing. So I'm taking that one also. Okay, like this. Here also I'm not pulling Docker image, just I'm running. So it will verify what is the latest version available. So it will pull the Ubuntu operating system into our Docker, and we can also run it. So when you say run, it means you are creating container. So I will put a difference between those things, like a Docker pull. Example, hello world. Okay, it means your pull hello world image from Docker Hub, like a hub.dockers.com. So from here, hub.dockers.com. So better to habituate it. Hub.dockers.com. You're pulling from hub.dockers from Docker Hub. You are pulling image from Docker Hub. Run means you're running a container. So you created a container. So automatically, it meaning is you created a container to run hello world image. Multiple images you can able to create it on it. So here it is run directly. If you give this command, what will happen? I will write here, so space is less. What will happen? First, it will check Ubuntu. So I didn't given any tag. Which version I didn't given. So it is usually latest version. Okay. So it will check Ubuntu image available in available in available in current PC. So actually it is available or not. local. So it is available local. Then if not available, it pulls available. Okay, so it pulls Ubuntu. Actually, latest, because we didn't mention which version, so it will Ubuntu latest image from hub.docker.com. So this is quick image available in a local, and if not available, then it will pull the from, and then it create a container. Okay, it will create a container and run Ubuntu image. Okay, so we can create a multiple Ubuntu images also. This is like pull. Pull means you are pulling a image. Run means you are running a image, means you are creating a container. And if you create different containers, like how to create a container means you have to open different terminals. Then you can able to run. Next one is I want this is same thing, like you are giving a run directly without pulling the image. Then what happened? It will try to download. It try to download. It try to pull Ubuntu image. If you are not mentioned the image, which image it's latest, that is a tag. So latest is tag. Okay, so it will download and run the image as a container. Okay, so that is thing. Another commands compulsory ps. Okay, so you want to see current running containers. Okay, act 2 mode, currently open mode, not running, not only running, just also act 2 means open. Act 2 open, different words you can use it. Docker yes hyphen a, so it means all containers, all containers information you can able to see. Okay, informational. So this is like, okay. Next, docker stop container id. So you have to put the container id, you want to stop it. Okay, and you want to remove docker rm container, you no longer require that container, so then you can use for stop the container, for removing container. By command we know stop container and remove container. You don't require that container no longer. Next one, already I told, if containers are running, we cannot remove the image, like you don't require that image work is completed. Now you don't want that image also, you cannot delete. If running containers are there, compulsory you have to stop and remove all the containers, then only we can able to remove. First of all, what are the images in my pc? Like you can see docker images. Okay, docker images, it will show images information. What are the images in your local pc currently run, current one? Of course, docker images ls command is also there, so for getting more information, docker rmi and image id. Okay, so to remove image. Okay, to remove the image, these are the basic things. So here, just for a note, if you want remove any image, remove or delete a image, must stop and remove containers on that image. We must stop and remove the containers on image, then we can delete image. So that is the condition. So you want to do this one, you must stop the container. This is the very helpful command. Okay, so this is the main helpful command to see it. um, yeah, maybe we'll see again my machine is running. Yeah, where it is. Good. Maybe I will try full screen mode. It is showing a start tutorial, skip tutorial. Just I'm click on skip tutorial. I don't want us any tutorial. If you see here, it is showing running. Very good. And how many images are there currently? How many images are running? How many are used, unused, cleanup? Okay, containers or apps are running. No running apps, volumes, dev environment preview. Something is showing here. Single container dev environment, compose based something is showing here. So no, well, and it's not a big deal. If you want image or you want to upgrade, you can do it. This is for a setting purpose. This is for a troubleshooting purpose. Like here, it is asking something. You can see this is a expose daemon and TCP port 2375. Use WSL based engine. For example, you are already installed Hyper-V and you don't want WSL, then you can uncheck this one. Okay, it is checked for automatic updates. You can't change it. Okay, sources, proxy, network integrations, enable integrated with a default so something it is showing. This is my Docker engine. Okay, prevent Docker from starting at use of your own risk. Okay, this can prevent. So this is the configuration showing, like automatically it won't start. So this is the Docker Compose version experimental feature. So this is enable Kubernetes. Like you want to create a node clustering kind of stuff, you can enable this one. Currently, we are not doing that one. So what happened if I click this one, apply restart, and show system container advance. So then like that, we can enable it if you want a Kubernetes. I don't want it now. So I want a Docker only. So later we'll see the Kubernetes kind of stuff. Currently my Docker is running. So how we know Docker is running or not? Just I'm going to a CMD prompt, or you can use the PowerShell, your wish. So simple. I put a Docker hyphen v. Yeah, it is a showing my current Docker version. Okay, and also I will type some query commands like ps. Okay, this is the images means containers and their images it will show. So nothing is there. So Docker, first of all, images also will see any images are there by default. So no images, no containers, nothing. So here we'll open multiple terminals so then we can understand from it. I want to pull image. So as we type in a commands in a notepad. So first I want to pull the image. So I didn't give in what tag it is, means what version of that hello world. It is a single version only. So it will pulling from image. So image is pulled. You want to see what images are there. Okay, so this is the image, and this is the container. Container is not created, only image is there. It is 13.3 kilobytes of image is there with simple image. Now I want to run this one. Don't do like this. Always try to type the commands, so then you will get habituated to type it. Docker run. So I run that image. I run the image. So this is the run image. It means it created a container, and this is the container output. This is the container output. Okay, completed. So then next it is telling, so you can run Ubuntu image like this. Okay, So we'll see that one, but I want to see. So my Docker ps space hyphen a. So the container is run and automatically stop. It will exit automatically. If currently running, it is showing currently running kind of stuff output. Status is exited. It is exited, completed. It run, completed. That's it. This is the container ID. This is container ID. This is image name. You want to image kind of stuff like image. Sorry, images. Command is images. You throw error. That's why I'm stopping that one. Images. So what, this is the image id. So remember, this is image id, size and all. So this is no harmful because 13.3K is affordable. Sometimes image can be beyond like a 800 MB, 400 MB, 200 MB. It occupying your more space unnecessarily. So many images containers are running, better to delete it. Okay, but I'm not doing anything, just simple. I am going to docker run it like this. I will show you. If I don't pull the image, what happens. Directly I'm running it. It means interactive terminal. Interactive terminal. Ubuntu. So what I'm doing, so we know the copy paste, copy and paste. So bash means bash shell, it will automatically open. So it is not going to Ubuntu which edition. It is latest. Tag is latest. Now it is pulling image. First it will pulling image, downloading. Images can be in a single part, or can be, it is a multiple parts are there, so it will pull all the images. We can create our own images also, that will see later. Now the currently it is running a container. So this is my Ubuntu machine. See, root at the rate some name. This is my container name. This is a container id. You can put a command. See, ls command. Okay, pwd command, like a Linux based commands, Ubuntu commands you required. You want to see the output, IP address, like I don't know, Ubuntu. CentOS I know, so it is not understanding IP config. Maybe there is a different command can be there. It is not understanding that one. Apt get like that. You have to use the command. But so what is that container and all? I will show you. Here it is multiple terminals are important to manage. Okay, so docker ps space hyphen a. So it is showing, like it is showing here. This is the container. If you see this name, this is the container name. Okay, here you can see this is the container name. Here it is showing container id. Like this is for this machine only. It is running on Ubuntu. Command is bash, and it is about a time, about a minute. It is currently running. No ports, nothing. So just it does not using any ports kind of stuff. It assign some container names kind of stuff. Just leave like that only. So what is the difference between ps space hyphen a and ps? It shows only active running containers, active or running containers only. It won't show exited one. It won't show exited one. So that's why I use a if any exited one is there. Okay, so for example, what I want to use it to manage the confusion part, I use PowerShell for checking this container, destroying container. So then it is look like one. Okay, so I'm using a PowerShell in a background. So I want to change a few properties, uh, like text size. I want bold fonts. That's only. Yeah, very good. So then it will show in a little bit thicker in background. Now what I'm going to do is, here one container is running. Okay, so I run a Ubuntu container. In another CMD, I'm running a container. You can run any place hyphen it ubuntu bash. That's it only. So that's the command we use here. Run it ubuntu bash, but it won't download anything because already image is there. Already image is there. It won't download anything. Just it will start the container automatically. Okay. Immediately it is showing the container. This is the my container like this. You can create a files also like a cat double greater f1 sorry f2. This is f2 file in c1 like a container one container. This is for example container 2. Okay, for me control d. Okay, so can you see f2 file is there, and I'm going to the first container again. Here also I'm going to create a file f1 file. Okay, I put some text. This is f1 file in my container one. Anything, just put a control d ls. So you can see f1 here, you can see f2 here. It means this data is separate, that data in this container is separate machines, but image is same. Image is same. We will see whether image is same or not here. Docker ps space hyphen a, ps is enough, not required a. Okay, so here if you see, if I will put in a full screen mode. See, ubuntu image bash command, and this is the container, and this is the container. These are the two containers I created. As many as containers I created, so though but same image only. So image is not changing. Image is not changing. It shows only one image only. Means Ubuntu image only it is showing. On this one single Ubuntu image, we are running two containers. If you want to create 10 containers, also we can do it. And can you see the image size of the image? It's a 72.8 MB. It's a 72.8 MB Ubuntu machine. So normally it will take at least two, even minimal also it will take 2 GB, 1.52 GB. Minimal Linux will take, but it is a 72.8 only. It does not contain much information. Only basic files are there, so you can create anything. Okay, so here very simple wise, drawing wise, if you want to see it is what I done in this is the flow one. Okay, new. So what I done, that only I will explain. So I download Ubuntu image, right? This is the my U- Ubuntu image. This single image I downloaded, and I created a two containers here. For example, container one. For example, container one, container two. Two images I'm running on a same image only. Okay, we are not running a separate one. So image is same. It's take very small size, and it is a container. Each container showing directly root like this. Okay. For better understanding, CentOS also we can use it. Next, again, I will explain that one. Okay. Up to here, two containers. If you want more containers, then also we can go for a more containers. I'm going to another CMD just for our to reduce the confusion. What I'm doing is I use command prompts for running containers to look at what are the containers are there, what are the images are there, how to remove out, how to put it like that. To see, I'm using PowerShell, like a think like a PowerShell as a, like a admin console. These are a containers console only. Docker again run hyphen it Ubuntu bash. But it is taking time. Yeah, just came. Now I create another container, so I put a ls Where is F1 and F2 file? Not there, because each container contains unique data. Actual data came from the image only. So whether you create a file or a directory or you do anything, it won't affect on your image. It won't affect on your image. So like this, I created another container C3. Here also it is there. Here I created F1. Here I created F2, but it is not showing both the files, because these files are not affected on the image. It won't affect on this image. Everything is unique only. Everything is unique, separate. What are the data in the image will show here, but what are the data in the container won't go to this one. So we have to put in a more clear, okay, understand easily. Thing is, what are the data in the image data we can see in the container, and you created a new data in the container that won't affect on your image. Okay, simple one. This work is completed, right? So just close it, we don't require that one. Okay, so I'm going to my PowerShell admin console, like admin console, just like now. Can you see the three containers are running on a same image, and how many images I have currently? Two images. Main our image is Ubuntu. So I created a three containers on the same image, but image size is not increasing, because in image is always fixed one, so it won't increase. Okay, so what are the data in the container stays in the container. If you delete the container, automatically the data in the container will delete it, but it won't affect on your image. So that one will better to write in a one line here. It is the point to note. It is image data can view from container, but new added data in a container, not a container, not affect means it won't change, or it won't add it. Image or other containers. Okay. Next, I will try to show you one practical is very easy to understand, because this is Ubuntu. I don't like lot of Ubuntu based commands only. Next time we'll see CentOS. I will try CentOS 7. Do it. Okay, so I will take the CentOS. I'll create a containers, like a container 1, container 2, container 3, like that. Each container will configure some IP address. It will IP address is there. I will tell you how to do it. Like at least three containers will ping from one container to another container. How to ping from one container to another container. We'll see the Linux based practicals, how we can very simply we can able to do it. Linux based practical with using a Docker, so we can easily understand. Normally I create a virtual machines for I think I deleted, yeah, here it is, Linux 1, Linux 2. Like that, I will create a new virtual machine and I am assigning 1 GB, 2 GB data instead of that one. So, how to create a multiple images and how to transfer data from one place to another place, or how to communicate, at least ping communication, at least I will show you. So, this is about your simple Docker image and all. So, how to delete these images also we'll see, then it will be finished. Now, currently running containers are there. Okay, so we'll see how many containers are running. So this is the container number 3, and this is the one second. Yeah, this is a container. F1 means it is a container number 1. Okay, no sequence order. It is any container is it's a container only, one or two thing. Just first or second one we have created. That's it. three containers are running. So totally these are three containers I'm running in the current piece. Now, if you close this one, for example, if I put a exit, this is a third one, right? So can you see the third one here? E6, this one. Okay, latest one will always up. Okay, so this is the container, right? So currently in my PS, it is showing this is the container running, and this is and this one. Three containers are running. It's look like confusion because it is not fully stretched. Okay, for example, if I put a exit here, it returns a normal CMD prompt. So I exited from the container. So when you exit and you run this PS command, if you observe, it shows only two containers. It's like that is exited. We are exit from there, but container is still there. Container is still there. So it is showing two containers are there, but actually three containers are there. So we'll see why A. So because exited containers, we can't able to see in a PS command. We can see from here. Still the container is there. So to remove these containers or stop this container, how to stop the this particular container? For example, permanent stop. I don't want to run now. Though that is, it will also consume some resources. How much is that is a secondary question. So I want to stop the container. Stop. Paste the container ID. Okay, container is now stopped, and then remove. So remove. So now the container is removed. Then go to the ps space hyphen a. See is a container is running or not. So two containers only showing here. So this is the one container, another container. This CMD prompt completed. Okay. So then we have a currently running two containers are there. Okay. So two running containers. So it still hash symbol is there. Okay. Currently two running containers are there. This one and this one. Okay. So I will keep it this down. I'll go to this one F1 9C77. So we'll see that one. I'm going to stop. I'm not exit from there. I'm not exit from there, but I'm going to stop that container. Okay, I didn't exit like previously. I exited, then I stopped it. Now without exiting, I'm stopping that container. So what happens there? Just look at that one. This is the container ID. So what will happen? It is stopped, and still it is look like a running part. It is automatically exited. So I didn't done anything, just I put a enter only because it is not moving anything. Just I put enter, it's showing directly it is exited. When I stop it, automatically container is exit. But always better to remove it, never put in your system once container work is completed. PowerShell won't copy two times. Now the container is completely removed. You can see ps maze hyphen a. That is just a now CMD prompt only. Now only one container I have. So I'm deleting this one also. I will show you how to delete images. So we'll see images. This is a current we're running. This is a image ID. So copy the image ID. Docker RMI. So copy paste that image ID. It throws an error. So we cannot able to delete. Error response from the daemon conflict. Unable to delete image ID cannot be forced. Image being used by running container. Currently running container is there. Not even it is stopped. Okay. Not even it is not stopped. Okay. Even if you close also it will stop automatically. It's the background, it is exit mode, it is in exit mode. So I'm going to stop the container based on that. So for example, in this big list, how to check it, you don't know, no problem, you can copy the container name from here also. Okay, you can copy the container name from here also. So if you see in a background, automatically it exited. I didn't done anything. Now at least here I done a enter. Here I didn't done anything. Automatically it went to exit when I put a stop. RM image ID. Okay, so container ID. So I removed all the containers. Make sure that you removed all the not. So hello world one is there. So we can leave that one, no problem. So just anything you can do it. You can if you want to delete for that one also, you can delete it, but I'm not deleting. That's a simple one. And this is the image ID. So finally I'm giving image ID of my Ubuntu image ID. Now it is deleted permanently. All the key things, everything removed. Now check it, any images are there, Docker images, nothing, only hello world is there. If you use the command like a ls, repository tag, same thing is, which is not showing any other thing. No, just Docker images, only hello world is there, Ubuntu is finally deleted. So this is how we can able to pull the images, run the images, and stop the run the images means creating a containers, and how to delete the, how to stop the container and delete the containers, and how to delete the images. So no need to required, if you're not required of that image, then no need of that one. Okay, so I'm closing one by one. So that's it. So we'll see remaining things later. So already I tell you, so we can do with the other things. So you can do manually, you can stop it like, oh okay, sorry, I didn't say. So I deleted everything, so only in use, this is in use, hello world is there. Yeah, I think I created a container, that is a container, it is exited, but it is container. You want to run the container, you want to delete the manually also, you can delete it. Okay, you can take any small container kind of stuff, check the size of the container also. You want to stop you have a work with your system, want to stop manually, just click on here in this action thing. So you can see a sheep like this. Okay, so whale kind of stuff. Right click or left click, this is I, right click is not working, yeah, now it is working. You can quit, you can restart, you can use the Kubernetes kind of stuff. Okay, we are not enabled that one. So Docker Hub, you want to connect to Docker Hub settings. Here it is showing switch to Windows container, compulsory it should be like that, because we are in a Linux container, we are in a Linux mode. Then only, so Windows container mode is not working properly. Okay, when I got that issue, when I check it, it's showing better to switch to Linux containers. Okay, switch to Windows containers. Is a big, those are there. And if you sign in, also it will show what is your username and password. So it is not there. This is a dashboard here. We can see. Okay, you can quit the manually. Also, you can quit it like this. Simple. So automatically it will going to go to stopping. Okay, automatically it is stopping. If in case like you want to use your system and for your purpose. Okay, otherwise if you are shut down your PC, automatically Docker background will be stopped. So Docker work is complete, that's very simple. I stop this service, completed, automatically it is closed. That's it.